Tippy time my damies, Topcat here and welcome back to the channel. Today's hunter build is about synergy and adapting. This build does two things really well. It blinds all and gives you and your allies a mobile way to apply overshields. But it does mean adapting to a shift in policy that Bungie are taking. With the game being out for many a year, we've already got so many busted builds and a stacked vault to prove it. And to avoid power creep, Bungie are shifting their focus, I feel, to player utility. I love this as it means our fire teams aren't forced to run stacked with Starfires and Star Eater scales. And straight off the bat, this utility build has really impressed. The exotic Mothkeeper's Wrap. Your grenade becomes a cage of loyal moths that release on impact and fly towards the nearest target or ally. Upon reaching the target, they detonate in a blinding explosion. If they reach an ally, they grant an overshield. It doesn't matter what grenade you have equipped, it won't affect the cooldown. At 30 discipline it's 130 seconds, and at 100 discipline it's 36 seconds. But with this build, I'm obviously getting them a lot quicker than that. If the impact of the grenade is between you and enemies, it'll spawn one Void and one Arc Moth. If it's thrown clear of you, it'll spawn two Arc Moths for 36,000 damage, compared to that of a flashbang that does 45,000 and doesn't track. This tracking is also extremely versatile, particularly against unstops trying to Palpatine you in the face. Each Void Moth is 50% overshield, so you can throw these at your allies to save them, or you can just drop them at your feet for a full overshield. And we'll also get extra synergy through the Diris. This new seasonal grenade launcher is essentially the Hive Knight boomer cannon. This special ammo GL fires full auto, continuously loads, and does great GL damage. But perhaps not the best overall damage if you're looking for a DPS weapon. I would compare it to that of a non-damage perk fusion rifle. To me, the damage is fine. This deals mid damage, but it really has awesome utility. The Diris will enrage when dealing or taking damage to gain an increased fire rate. The synergy with the gauntlets is also undeniable. It has a perk called Loyal Moths. Final blows create loyal Arc Moths that will seek out, detonate, and blind. However, when paired with the Mothkeeper's Wraps, the Diris will now spawn a second Moth. This allows us to really run at our enemies like those frenzied Boomer Knights have all these years, as not only will the hordes be blinded, you'll have an overshield. This weapon is proof to me that the game isn't just about DPS and damage numbers, it's about having fun, mixing it up, as there are many ways to be a Kingslayer. For the Catalyst, the Diris enrages faster whilst we're amplified, and the final blows will make us amplified. What's good about this is it means we can loop it south, so we can run the Diris and the Mothkeepers on any subclass. So I'm sure there will be some great synergy with both Void and Strand. Me, however, I went Arc as I really wanted to fully invest in our blinds and amplifies. My build begins with flow state. Normally when I hunter, like most of you, I run the dodge and combination blow, but I wanted to go a little left field here. Flow state will recharge our dodge more quickly whilst we are amplified. When we're under light, it can really take a little bit of work to spin up that combo blow. I'm still using the Gambler's dodge to give us back melee charge on our dodges, but I really wanted to utilize the disorientating blow, as striking a target with this melee ability blinds them, but more importantly amplifies you. This will give me that instantly frenzied state on the Diris. And because they are blind, they just have to sit there and take it. Note though, you can't blind a boss, but you can blind ultras and mages. We're still using lethal current as standard, so after dodging our melee can still apply jolt. And we can still use this frequently thanks to flow state. I'm currently only running 40 mobility and I still have a dodge in 12 seconds. And this is really exciting to me because I don't have to run the same old Arc Hunter build again and again. With Sparker Beacons, whilst amplified, our Arc Special Weapon Final Blows create a blinding explosion. We're using the Diris. This will give your moths ample time to hunt down the stragglers. And with Sparker Brilliance, by defeating targets with a precision kill, it will create a blinding explosion so we can chain blind regardless of our weapon. With Spark of Recharge, whilst we are wounded, our melee and grenade charges more quickly. This build still plays out nice and close, so we're still going to take a few licks here, but this will increase our ability spam if we do. Our standard build tends to jolt everything, but this Mothman will blind all. It does through any one of our weapons, our melees and our grenades. But our melee can blind and jolt, so why not our nades, am I right? Enter Spark of Shock. Now our kit still retains that power of old Arc Ninjas. This ninja was born from the light, but you still won't see me coming. I've left it in the description below for all our mods and fragments and such, but I'll just quickly rattle through them. On a helmet, we're running Special Ammo Finder, Team Ammo Finder, and an Arc Strand Siphon mod. Gauntlets, we're running Grenade, Kickstarter, Firepower, and Heavy Handed. On a chest piece, we're running Double Dampeners, and we've got space for one Arc Reserves mod. Legs, we're going stacks on stacks. We've got an Innovation and a Recuperation. And lastly, on our class, we're running Powerful Attraction to pick up orbs, a Reaper to make orbs, and we're using Bomber to increase our grenade cooldown. I do hope you guys try this one out for yourselves. This will be my Arc Hunter for a while. The Assassin's Cowl is going back into the vault. It is, after all, a different version of invisibility we're playing with here. Plus, we can stack Overshield on top of that, so we can tank all that damage from afar. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Like if you liked it, sub if you're new, and until next time, tippy time my Jamies, what a time.